Yeah.
You know
Now
what I'm
imagine if
saying?
you just turn enough that you block the whole window with the chair. Look at how much brighter you are now.
That's true. I could turn my light on if I wanted to. I'll turn it on. It's pretty easy to turn on.
Chris said, "Fuck them viewers; they don't get to see."
I'm in witness protection program. Where's the voice changer at, motherfuckers?
I'll have to do that one in post for you.
Yeah, I found a good one for fucking NFL logos.
Yeah, because I found something on with the Dolphins just so I can get into that. But
Did you know the Browns logo used to be like some that looks similar to like an elf,
no, I can't
like
wait to get into this.
the original like OG one.
All right, well, I think we're all ready. What do you guys say? You ready to dive into all this
Yeah, no, I'm good.
nonsense? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Shedtime Podcast in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime Podcast.
And welcome back, my friends. It is another episode of the Shedtime Podcast. And if you guys are following us over there on the Frames Janklin Vapor channel and checking out the Green Room, then you may have caught an episode where we stumbled into this weird subject of NFL logos, specifically the Miami Dolphins. James and I both remember a logo for the Miami Dolphins that had a palm tree in it. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I was talking with our friend Ryan, who caught the episode. And he also remembers this, but he too cannot find what we're looking for. Because here on my screen, you guys can see I've got this image pulled up. And this actually is showing us the evolution of the Miami Dolphins official logo. And there isn't a palm tree in the back of this sun, like I swear I remember. And
Yeah,
so
but the one thing though about this, Oshan, is like I felt like what you guys were talking about was not unreasonable, but I also don't know if I thought it was the official logo, but I do feel it could have been an official merch logo.
well, I'm glad you said that because I got
Because
talking
these
with
are all
Ryan
those
about
are
that.
what's on their helmets. Like that is what's on their helmets. Every one of those from 66 to 2018 to present is on their helmets. And I don't know if like anybody said that it was for sure on their helmet.
So here's what
Maybe
Ryan and I were thinking is that there's an old pennant that he found a picture of that has the palm trees. I'm trying to see if I can find it again. But that might be what I'm remembering. Dude, there's so many.
Well, like, and this is the thing too, right? Like, this is not like shade towards the Dolphins, because honestly, like to me, the Dolphins are irrelevant. It's more so, I'm just surprised that multiple people thought that, and I know that nobody that thought that was a fan of the Miami Dolphins, but that was enough to last them. There's that one there that has palm trees.
That's not even a dolphin, though.
What is that?
That looks like a manatee.
Yeah, I was like, that's not even.
But it's like a manatee with a weird tail. It's like a fish.
It's some sort of fish. Yeah, that's not even
Yeah.
a dolphin. Weird.
But yeah, so it got us all thinking about, how some of these logos have evolved and changed over the years. I know when I was talking about it with our friend Ryan, I was laughing about how, like, I know one thing. the Boston Red Sox logo has changed very little.
Yeah. Well, even like their hats have changed very little, right? Like their hats, like, dude, I think that at one point they might have had like a red hat with a blue bill, but like they had a fucking blue hat with a white front panel. Like they haven't really had that many, even if you go back, like, because that's a thing, right?
Well, they have a
Teams like
few
the
like
Boston Red Sox.
one-off ones that they do. Like they do their like St. Patrick's spring training hat where it's the green with the red B on it, where the hat's all green, and like they have like those sorts of things. And then of course, you know, on the merchandise side, they've got it in fucking every color you can think of. But yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, like
but for the main, but for like it's always either it's been a combination of the red and the navy blue. You know what I mean? In some variation, either maybe a little bit of red on the bill to accent the B on the hat. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. At the end of the day, like the B doesn't change.
No, the B's been pretty much the same ever since the Dodgers left. You know what I mean? And once the Dodgers left and they fucking took the B for the Boston's kind of been the, you know what I mean?
Even the two socks themselves.
Well, like, dude, that's the logo I love the most, bro. Like whenever I used to be able to find the hat, instead of having just the regular Boston B on the front and having the two socks on there, bro. That was the shit.
And like that has evolved. Because one of its earliest iterations, I'm going to pull up right now, is very simplistic, to say the least. But yeah, get a load of this guy right here with just the word Boston inside a red sock. This is back in 1908. This is the birth of the original Red Sox logo. But once we hit 1924, the two socks are pretty consistent the rest of the time.
Well, it's like since 61 that the 61 design just carried through. You know what I mean? Because like the sock is pretty much, it's like they took the 24 sock, updated a little bit with the white patches instead of just the, you know, the dash shading, and just rocked with that in different variations over the years.
Even this Red Sox here, this is still something that you see today. This Boston is still the same.
Yeah.
That you see today. But yeah, I mean that's one of those that has not changed much in its lifetime.
They did have the actual Massachusetts logo there, where you see them, where they're all red with the bat, where it's actually like the shape of Mass.
Yeah, this guy right here. And this is gonna be we're going back at this point. I think this is
or maybe shaped like a sock. I don't know, but isn't Massachusetts shaped similar to that though?
That's supposed to be a sock holding a baseball bat.
Okay,
that's definitely what that is. He's wearing a Boston hat.
Super weird.
That is super weird. Here we go. So here's the evolution of the B.
Yeah.
It just kind of cleans up over this the decades, but it's pretty damn consistent.
Okay, I'm totally wrong on the shape of that, by the way. I'm just stoned already.
Yeah, we're gonna
if you tip it over on its side and rotate it a little bit, you can kind of make it look like Massachusetts. Oh.
Did you know that the Chicago Bulls logo is a robot reading from a Bible?
No.
Hold on. Let me pull this one up. A friend of mine showed this to me one day, and ever since I can't unsee it. But if you take the Chicago Bulls logo and you flip this upside down, you're going to see a fucking robot reading from a book. And here we go.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. That's kind of funny.
Hilarious.
You could see it more in like when he's like at the pedestal, or like that one, and it makes it
this
more
one.
Yeah, because they colored it differently and everything. That's hilarious. I've never noticed that.
Yeah, neither had I. And A buddy of mine had pointed it out to me one day, and I was like, holy crap, it really is. There's a lot of good ones like this
It's a
out there.
dope looking robot too.
I dig that one a lot.
Oh, dude, it's like the Red Dog beer logo, right? You know what I'm talking about? Are you guys? Okay, Sean, just Google Red Dog beer.
I've never even heard of.
I think I remember the Red Dog beer.
When you see it, it's the same thing. It's like once you flip it over, you can't unsee the logo.
Oh,
as to what it is doing.
Dude, hold on. So let me go share the screen.
Screen share that one.
My grandpa used to drink this fucking shit. And if I remember correctly, it was garbage beer.
Okay, so now look for it upside down.
So we got the Red Dog logo right here. Red Dog logo upside down.
So you see that one that's got like the green? It's like basically to focus your eyes. It's supposed to be Batman going down on a woman.
I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it.
Because if you Google it, see, there's even one with a Batman logo on it.
Yeah, there. It's a stretch, but I see it, I guess.
Well, that's like
it's not as obvious as the robot. Yeah, that's for sure. I will agree.
See if we can find this image. Of course not, but here's the logo of the pack. Oh, it's so tiny. So, a friend of mine once pointed out, do you ever notice that there's two hooded figures right here in white that kind of look like Klansmen?
Yeah, that's like another thing. You're just like
and then if you turn if you turn a Marlboro pack over, you have 3 Ks on it. So here's your first K right here, but there'd be one on each side as well.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that before.
Oh, there was the camel guy. Let's see if we can find this guy. Bingo. So what we have is what appears to be a man with his Johnson out, just standing there, taking a leak in the leg of the camel from the Camel cigarettes.
This is like the Jesus on the toast thing.
You know, here's somebody who outlined it a little differently. Yeah.
This is like the Indiana shaped nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, you don't see it? It's clearly Indiana.
No, but honestly, bro, that shit, like if you put it on a map with the same size, it was the same fucking shape, dude. It was insane.
Then there's this one. This is one of my favorites if we're on this subject. That the Monster Energy can, the Monster logo, is Hebrew for 666.
Really?
So this is showing you here that the Hebrew numeral for 6 is this shape right here, as you can see on this little chart. And when you put 3 of them in a row to make the M of monster, you have 3 6s in a row. 666.
Huh.
And of course, because they love to play this, satanic panic up. The tagline is unleash the beast, and 666 is the number of the beast.
Yeah, you know what? This is the thing. If it is that, is it not genius? If it isn't, do you think that they're incredibly happy that that's like what people have come to? Do you know what I mean?
I will agree. I think that falls into the any press is good press category.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
Like if you have some religious zealots that believe that your product is somehow connected to the devil,
Well, dude, look at how big Liquid Death is.
True
Is
that.
that
It's
a
got the
hot
word
sauce?
death in it. No, it's water.
It's water, yeah.
What?
It's just water in aluminum cans.
Yeah. They're basically doing like
Their whole tagline is death to plastic.
yeah, they're like taking
Oh.
craft
Okay.
beer marketing towards water.
Yeah, it's a water and a tall boy. And you can get it water, sparkling. Now they just came out with their own line of teas and shit. I almost
guess
like
there's like
take.
flavor ones.
How expensive is it compared to like,
I don't know. I've never even bought one.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it before.
Dude, it's so big out here. Every podcast has it as a sponsor. Liquid Death, if you're out there, we're listening.
Yeah.
We're here.
Let's go.
Yeah, like none of us has ever tried you.
I'm down for the cause for sure.
Hashtag Liquid Death.
I would love to do a water episode sponsored by Liquid Death, where we try Liquid Death and
It's a cool
compare it.
concept though, just like why not put your water in a recyclable can? You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, but I mean plastic chemicals are always migrating in and out of the things you're storing in plastic. So if you're storing water in plastic, there are chemicals that are passing from that plastic into your water that you are consuming. So by putting it in aluminum, you're definitely not consuming plastic chemicals. And that's a positive thing.
Yeah, no, I could see there being a benefit. Like, I don't know, man. It's I should not talk about this because like one of my friends, he's like very anti like water bottle, right? Like if you're buying like bottles of like Evian or like whatever name brand you want to come up with or Great Value cases of water or whatever. He's like very against that. And like he's to the point where like if he sees someone drinking it that he knows, he will let them know how against it he is. Right. And I see his angle. Right. He talks about the amount of waste that it creates. He talks about the actual amount of like fossil fuels that are needed in order to like create, then like recycle all these different things, right? Not to mention that a lot of people are shitbags and they just throw them on the ground, right? I guess like in America, like less and less people recycle than they do in Canada. So like just like this overall, like he hates plastic water bottles. On the other hand, I'm okay with it because I recycle them. I always recycle them. I never do anything weird, but it's very convenient, right? I have a really nice water bottle from Ashton. I haven't used it in a minute. I need to get it back out, but what am I going to do? Pour bottled water into it?
Yeah.
Like but you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like I'm still using the same water bottles. So maybe like when I get fully situated, maybe I'll just like be that guy like Will, and I'll just order like the big like 18.9 liter like water containers, whatever they are. I guess is that like 4 gallons, maybe 5 gallons of water. And I'll just have those, and then I'll refill my water bottle from Ashton. But I also don't want to like ruin the water bottle from Ashton. It's so sick.
I mean,
like I used to take it with me to work. I dropped it a couple times and I was devastated, dude. It was like dropping a mod that was coated.
I would say this. I too am against the consumerism wastefulness that is bottled water. At the end of the day, water is water. You need water, and if that's the way you're getting your water and all that, then go for it. I get that there are people who, the tap water that they from their community is disgusting. I'm sensitive to that. I understand. My tap water is not enjoyable to drink straight from the tap. I would much rather filter it. But that's what I've done. I went and bought one of the carafes that you can fill with water, and it filters it. That way, I've always got water. It's always filtered, and we keep it room temperature. So that way, if you want room temperature water, you can have it. But if you want to throw some ice in it, you can do that too.
Yeah.
So
you
have your options. Another nice thing about that too is that we fill the coffee maker with that water. So we're always using filtered water in our coffee. So like I get both sides of it. again, the thing that freaks me out with plastic water bottles, and especially when we talk about like the Poland Springs, the Walmart, the grocery store ones, the really cheap soft plastic, is that like, again, plastic chemicals are migrating, and that cheap plastic is definitely getting into the water you're drinking, and that kind of freaks me out. A lot of people I know keep a bottle of water just in their car for emergency purposes, and like that's not safe water to drink, man. That's gross.
Well, I guess it depends on how long you have it in there for, how hot it's been, how cold it's been. But it is kind of bizarre that bottles of water have an expiry date on them. I will agree.
Well, it's because that
But like
plastic.
plastic bottles of water. I'm sure if there was a glass bottle of water, it might not have the same.
I
It
mean,
still might have a best before date, but
that's another thing. Like in America, there is quite a scam on recycling. And it's unfortunate because a lot of plastics that people think are recyclable in America are not. And the reason for that is that the plastic companies found out that they could put some arrows around the number that signified the type of fucking plastic that they used. And it would trick the vast majority of people who looked at this product into believing that it was a recyclable plastic. It's not recyclable. They're just useless, meaningless arrows. It's a fucked up scam that the plastic companies have been pulling on people for decades. And so people are literally taking these bottles of and plastic materials that have, the number 9 with their little, triangle of arrows, and it means nothing. And they're trying to recycle it, and it's not recyclable. And it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. I don't have an answer to how to fix it, but it's fucked up.
No, like I don't understand. Okay, so I've like really struggled with this, and like you guys know this, like I've like got on fucking a soapbox and shit about like how I really do struggle with like how poor some places in America are for recycling. Like it really does bother me. I don't really know how to solve it other than like telling people that they won't take their trash if there's recyclables in it, which I don't really see that happening anytime soon. And I know that it's not nationwide because I'm pretty sure that I talked to James about like California and like the way that they recycle, and it sounds like they actually do have a program that like people actually participate in. But there's a lot of places they don't. And it fucking blows my mind. Like every time I go to Ohio, I'm like, bro, these people don't care at all. I'll see recycling anywhere. It fucking blows me away.
This is the thing we got to think about too, is like we're only thinking about North America. When it comes down to it, there's a lot more countries that fucking they're not even recycling is the last thing they're even worried about. You know what I mean? So it's like we're fucked either way, dude. Even if we try to like do our, like, not saying that like it won't make a difference, and hopefully it could, but dude, like it's so bad, dude, because people just don't give a shit, man.
Well, again, I go back to the notion of how much recycling is a scam in America.
Well,
we don't recycle a lot of the things that we even deem are recyclable. We collect it and then ship it to these other countries like China.
Because it's not cost effective to fucking actually recycle half the shit, because it costs more to actually fucking produce the stuff, and then to recycle it's usually twice as much as it was to produce in order to fucking break it down in order to use it again.
I think I have one solution for recycling. And it's so simple, and yet I guarantee you it's too complicated for us to go back and do. But we need to return to manufacturing products of value, right? Because think about furniture, heirloom furniture, right? like things that were built to last, that have been in people's families for decades, if not even, a century in some people's cases. There are tools, there are pieces of kitchen equipment, there are all sorts of things that were manufactured in a time where they were built to last. And because of that, we didn't have to waste them the way that we waste so much. And I think that's a first step. If we went back to a state of manufacturing where things actually maintained their value for more than a year before they wore out, we could immediately reduce a significant amount of waste.
I definitely see where you're coming from on that. And I do think that that's definitely something that could help. But dude, with the way that the world works now and the consumerism that is today, people don't give a shit, bro. It's like, oh, it's broken. Fuck it. I'll buy a new one. And most of the time they're looking for the cheapest thing because they want the most bang for their buck. And when you do end up buying something of value that is going to last you a long time, you have to break out the big bucks. And a lot of people aren't willing to do it. Because there are those things that do still exist, but it's a very niche thing because it costs more to produce, because you are using better materials, you're using better methods to overall give you a better product that's going to last over time, which in turn, of course, is going to increase the value of the product because of the time, the effort, and the materials used to produce it. And most people don't want to pay that price anymore because the way that they've, like you said, the way that the shift has changed, everybody's looking for the best bang for their buck. I want to just get here, whatever's the cheapest thing to get the job done, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's instant gratification. I need it done now.
Especially now, everything's at your fingertips. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to actually look for something that's going to stand the test of time. You're going to find the first thing that pops up that's the cheapest. Like, oh, that's a fucking good price. Buy it. And you're going to just continue to buy the cheap shit and break it until you're eventually you're like, you know what? I broke so many of these things. Maybe now I should invest, after you probably spent twice as much as it would have been if you would have done the initial investment in the first place. But, that's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles nowadays, dude. And it's crazy. Because I agree with you, dude. Everything now is built to fucking be replaced, not built to last. You know what I mean? Because like there's tools that I have at my shop, bro, like routers or fucking molding machines or stuff like that. They're like fucking 70, 80 years old that still work. You know what I mean? And then we get these new machines in and they break every 10 minutes because the fucking parts are made out of cheap fucking metals and this and that. And
yeah, fucking Chinesium.
Yeah. And it's, it's bad, dude, but it's just the way the world is now. And that's kind of what one thing that I like working for the company I work for now is like we're a small company. So it's like we try to make sure we're putting out the best overall products that we can. We're not using, shitty lumber or, shitty materials, and we're not sending out shitty product. You know what I mean? We're trying to make sure everything looks immaculate as it goes out. Because at the end of the day, we could charge a higher price for the product because it's a better quality that's going to last over time, compared to 100%. Some bullshit that we still build those too because people don't want to spend the good money. So instead of getting nice wooden solid heavy duty reels, they just get some plywood with some cardboard tubes in the center to fucking wrap their stuff around. But hey, that calls for whatever product you're wrapping on there. And at the end of the day, if we ship out enough of those, we're still making a good amount.
But I mean, you also hit on a point that I think is even deeper, right? Because how many people have we all talked to in our lives who talk about how, made in America, everything is great when it's made in America, blah, blah, blah. Why isn't things made in America like it used to be? You just explained it. Because when it's made in America, we use better quality materials, which in turn means that the product cost goes up. Also, we don't stand for low wages. Labor cost goes up.
Nobody's working.
And then you also a majority of the time have a higher overhead because you have to get the proper tooling to do the job. And if you want something that lasts, you're going to spend a good amount of money on the machinery. Like, dude, we bought tooling for the CNC machine I'm being trained on right now. I'm fine. Oh, did I tell you guys I moved up to the 3-axis CNC machine?
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. So I'm fiddling around with that. We ordered some tooling, bro. We got like, I think it was like 10 bits or something like that. $3,000, baby.
Oh yeah.
Like per bit or for all of them?
No, for all of them.
Thank
But
God.
they're like $300 and something a piece, bro.
Yeah, no,
$200 to
which is
$300 a
mind-blowing.
piece. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
just for bits, bro.
dude.
Like redoing the bits is like a K, basically.
Yeah.
Like for the machine.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nutty, and that's just the bit. Imagine if something,
it's not the head that it fucking rotates
or
that
even
it's sitting on.
or even an electrical part or something. Who knows what that shit's gonna cost, dude? Like I was pricing for some of the parts on the machine that I was currently running, dude, thousands. I'm like, fuck, dude. Shit's insane.
I do parts for a company that builds police cars, so I see the bills for this work, and it blew my mind to see that like the push bumper that's going on the front end of these cop cars is like over $1,000. That the light bar is over $1,000. Like, blew my goddamn mind. Siren systems are like $800-900. It's insane. It's insane. I mean, granted, yes, I say all this, but I'll preface it with the fact that, the push bar that's, $1,000+ is solid steel, and it's pre-set up so that way it can house all the lights and all the extra stuff that you needed to, house. Same with the light bars. They're made with shatterproof materials and things like that. So it is the best of the best material out there, but that's what you get.
You know where this kind of subject brings me, bro? It's still like on the top of like money and just how like the economy has like shifted and like the way people spend money and what they spend their money on. Like just think about I got recently, like I've just kind of been like looking into like different things like people are like collecting or diving into, bro. But like the price of just stupid, just like what would the term be? Not stupid, but there's a word for it. Why can't I think of it? Like things that you don't necessarily need. What's
just frivolous items?
Yeah, frivolous items. You know what I mean? Like shoes, or dude, one thing that's like blowing my mind, bro, is like in-game items for certain games. Like, you guys ever heard of Counter-Strike?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, they have this one, the more recent one. It's called CS:GO. Apparently, there's weapon skins in this game that are worth $250,000, $50,000.
Yep.
This and people. I watched this dude earlier just because like it's been blowing me away. He did a $10,000 case opening, so he spent $10,000 in these cases to open them for potential to hopefully make his money back or pull one of these really rare weapon skins to like make a bag or something, you know what I mean? And dude, he sat there and he's just opening these cases, and it's like almost like watching a slot machine, because you like hit a button, it opens up, and then this wheel spins and you see all these guns go by with all these different skins, and they got like a different color to like tell you what the rarity is on them. And he's just sitting and he's like addicted, bro. Just it's like almost like a like watching a dude who's got like a gambling addiction play slots or something.
I mean,
I have a couple buddies that do that actually. Like there's one guy that I know. He grinds that game like quite often, and he makes like, I'm not gonna say legit money, but I've known him for over a year, and I'd like to say that he's made over 20,000 USD from the skins in the game. Like, it was like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. He had like I think it was a knife. It might have been like a knife skin or something. I can't even remember. It doesn't really matter.
Those are big things, dude. Nice.
He sold it for $1,800. And he's like, all right, what NFTs am I buying now? Because your boy's got a bag. I'm like, where did you get all this like ADA from? Because normally this dude's like, oh, I can't do anything. I don't have any ADA. And like he's like, "Oh, dude,
he's flipping CS:GO
baby."
skins for crypto, man.
And I was like, "Is that like legit?" And he's like, "Dude." He's like,
there's
"This
dudes
is not
that
the
have
first one."
made millions doing that shit, bro.
Yeah. Oh, like another person I know, like apparently he used to grind it out, but like this was before shit like went really crazy on the pricing. And he said that like the amount of things that he's had and like got rid of would be enough to buy a house.
Yeah.
Because he would just grind it out when he was younger. And he didn't really think about it. And then I don't think that you could make the money that you could now. But if you still had them, you would.
And then like the shoe game right now is insane, dude. Like I've been watching these guys who like buy and flip shoes or like take them to shops and like resell them and stuff. And some of these shoes, bro, are like fucking thousands of dollars to, you know, who knows how much. And these dudes are just buying them and not wearing them, just keeping them in the box. It blows my mind, bro. Like the value that goes on some of these things. It's just like, it's crazy that people invest that much money into those types of things. You know what I mean? Like fucking, you could buy a car with a pair of shoes that you may have.
One of my boys started a whole business doing it.
Yeah, there's money in it, bro. If you like, you know what you're doing and you find the right thing, bro, and you get the good price, dude, it's nuts.
He's got a whole storefront, the whole nine. He started by, buying a couple of expensive sneakers, holding on to them, flipping them, making money, or doing it again. I mean,
even the whole like card collecting thing. Like I was watching Joe Rogan recently. He had Post Malone on, and he bought a Magic the Gathering card, which is like a one of one he spent $2 million on.
Wow.
But there's only like one in existence or whatever, and it's like the rarest of the rare sort of thing. It's like, God damn, dude. Like, I'm not knocking the hustle or anything, bro, but fuck, dude, it still like blows my mind at the same time.
It's the street economics. It makes me think of how you sell drugs, right? Like, you buy them, you flip them, you make some money, you buy even more, you flip more. You just keep moving them, and you keep moving them, and you keep moving them. And speaking of the hustle, yo, I got a story. So I told y'all like months ago now how I had finally ordered some sick seeds, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the tale of my getting these seeds is ridiculous. So I think I placed the order on like the 1st of July. Mind you, it's mid to late August, and I only just received them. So I placed that order. It's cool. I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna get my my seeds in like a few days. I'll be able to start getting things underway. And a week or so goes by. I'm like, I still haven't seen these things. I wonder what's going on. I haven't heard nothing back. So I hit up the dude and I'm like, yo, so I haven't gotten any shipping information, anything. What's going on with my order? He goes, oh shit, let me check. I don't know how, but you fell through the cracks. My bad, dog. Because I made you wait like 2 weeks, I'm going to hook it up with some extra seeds. All right, bet. Cool. So he goes ahead and he ships them. Well, turns out that in the year and a half I've lived in my new house, I've never done anything with PayPal.
Oh, so it shipped to your old address?
To your old house.
So it shipped to my old house. However, because it's been over a year, my forwarding is no longer valid. So there's no one who lives there. So it automatically returned to sender.
Thank goodness.
Well, the dude that I'm buying it from, this particular breeder, he ships from a family member's home in order to keep everything on the cool. So it took him days before he saw the message and found out that my package had been returned to sender and that it had been waiting at his family member's house. So he's like, all right, I'll get the right address and we'll get it back out to you. All right, fire, cool. Another like 2 weeks goes by. I hit this dude back up. It somehow, again, managed to get missed in the last run. And so it never made it to the post office. So it finally made it to the post office. And I finally received it this week. And boys, it was worth the wait. So I bought the intergalactic space fronts, which is space fronts and garlic breath crossed. So we already know that one's exciting. For all my trouble, he hooked it up with some ICC breath, which is ice cream cake and garlic breath crossed. His purple turple, which is purple chem and garlic breath. His garlic triangle mints, which is a wedding cake and garlic breath. The subversive Cinderella 99 crossed with Mr. Crowley Pheno 2. And then some BCC and tropical cookies crossed.
What is BCC?
I cannot
BC
remember.
Kush? No, Kush is with a K.
No, I cannot remember.
BC
right
cookies? Now. Maybe it's nothing to do with BC.
Yeah, I don't think it has to do with the old British
banana caramel cream. Yeah,
it could be. It probably is the cookies. Let's see. The BCC strain, black cherry cheesecake.
Black cherry
Fire.
cheesecake.
Yeah, so trop cookies and black cherry cheesecake cross. That sounds fire. That ought to be fucking fruity and dank as hell. So yeah, your boy's excited to get the next round going because that's gonna be dope. And with my last crop, we're about to make some infused banana bread. So maybe next week I'll be fucking cooked on some infused banana bread.
Hell yeah, dude.
And we can
Why not?
report back on that.
Why not? That's what I'm saying.
Right? Yo, banana bread is becoming a very popular flavor. Even Pop-Tarts dropped a banana bread
Banana
flavor.
bread is
What?
the shit. Banana bread or banana muffins, I'll fuck with them both, bro. Heavy.
Dude, I would definitely taste some banana bread Pop-Tarts.
I'll give it a shot.
It's a banger.
Dude, but is it got brown sugar icing?
It's got like a cream, like a type of cream flavored icing, and then it's got like a banana bread exterior, and like maybe like almost like the brown sugar cinnamon filling or something like that is going on inside.
Oh, man, that sounds good.
It is incredibly delicious. I highly recommend people get it. I saw like a month or two ago an article where people were saying that it was the most true to description flavor of a Pop-Tart so far. And right now I think I'll agree. It's pretty banging. I'm looking forward to making some homemade ones so that way I can compare it and contrast it and say, oh yeah, this is pretty accurate. Looks like we're all dying from the rip skis.
Manual breathing mode.
Yep.
I'll join you in just a second.
Dude, as soon as I finish cleaning this up, I want to show Chris like all the pickups I've got, or just a few. For the meetup, because dude.
Oh, nice, dude, man. I'm so optimistic. I'm so optimistic right now that I'm gonna be able to come, but I just really don't know for sure. I think that it's gonna be like so last minute that I'm just gonna be like, Will, I'm gonna have to sleep on your couch. Like that's just literally how it's gonna have to go. If I find another place to sleep, then I'll sleep there. But I have a feeling that's what it's gonna be if like I can go. Because, dude, like the dealership called me not last week, the end of the week previous, and said, hey, look, we wanted to let you know your car is in Toronto, but it's not been unloaded. It's still on the train. So I'm like, cool. What does that mean for me? Like, please, keep in mind that I'm 18 hours away from where it's getting delivered to. So like I need some level of advance notice in order to get there.
Yeah.
And they're like, yep, no, we know. We'll let you know when it comes, but we'll obviously hold it until you get here. So the way that they were speaking was like that it should be there by the end of this week upcoming.
Oh, sick.
But I didn't hear anything from them all week. Like they didn't message me or call me at any point this week saying like, hey, look, yeah. Because like I still have to make sure that I have insurance lined up and like all these other things, right? Because it's not like I got a brand new car now. I can just like roll in there and just slap my plates on it and drive away. So I have to like give myself a little bit of that extra time. But if it were there by the end of this week, then that means that I would just be able to like maybe head out on Wednesday, like that Wednesday before the meetup, and then maybe get down there on a Thursday.
Yeah, dude.
Type deal. Just go pick up the car, like that morning, and then just drive, like Thursday, and then drive.
I'll be rolling in that night, Thursday night, Friday morning.
Be a hell of a way to break in the new car.
Dude, let's go. You know, but like honestly, I think that I would maybe even get an oil change while I was down at Will's. Even though that's only like 500 or 600 miles, I don't care. Then I don't have to worry about it. I can drive all the way back and not have to worry about it like right away. Get that like fresh little break-in of the motor, get all that little tiny pieces of metal out from the break-in of the motor out of there. Because it's a fucking brand new car. Dude, this is my third brand new car in a row. Now my second brand new car I had for 10 years. So like it's not like I'm just like constantly getting new car after new car.
What color is it again?
It's white. Yeah, I ordered a black one.
You're gonna tint your windows?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course I am.
Dude, I keep saying I'm gonna do it to my car and I still haven't done it yet.
I just know that it's gonna be a lot more money than when I got my last car tinted, and it's gonna hurt. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, like I think it's only gonna cost me like maybe $150. I just haven't gone.
Oh, I think that it's gonna cost me like probably like $300+ US.
Damn.
To get it. Yeah, when I got it done last time, it was like
now I'm gonna go
2013. I think it cost me like $250 Canadian, which at the time was probably like 250, 275 USD. Because like when I got my car, the first like year, the Canadian dollar was like at par or worth more than the USD in 2013. And that's when I got my windows tinted. Like right away. I had my car for maybe a month and the windows were tinted.
You know, I might go and try to get mine done next weekend.
I'm at the point because of what I do. I'm just trying to buy one of the trade-ins, because then it's already tinted.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like so, like I'm pretty sure you can. So I leased my car. Like I probably, if it's a good car, I'll probably just end up buying it. But I have like that out, I guess, which is nice. And then I'm gonna tint the windows as long as like I'm allowed to. I'm sure if I get it done professionally, like I'm allowed to get them tinted.
Possible. It's possible.
Yeah, actually, I had zero intentions on like, dude, I was not even gonna buy a new car. I was gonna buy a used car. And then like when I started to like really look for used cars, dude, they weren't even that cheap. Like I was gonna have to spend like between 7,000 and 10,000 USD on like a car with under 100,000 miles or like at 100,000 miles, and maybe like 5 or 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like,
joke.
The fuck, dude, that's dumb. Because my payments on this car are like $220 US, probably $225 a month.
Around my area right now, the least expensive used car with under 100,000 is sitting at probably about 12 grand. Like if you want to spend 6,000-7,000, you'll go like 150 to 200,000 miles. Yeah, if you want to be under 100,000 miles, it's sitting around 12 grand for the least expensive that I'm seeing. It's pretty wild right now. Which, like you said, at that rate, you could get a new car and finance it or lease it for damn near the same payment option.
Yeah, well, so like it's like under 250, but even if you say it's 250 USD a month, like that's $3,000 a year. You know what I mean? $3,000 a year to me, like, do you think you could buy a $9,000 car and drive it for 3 years and have like next to no problems other than oil changes?
I mean, absolutely,
You could, right?
but like
You
you're
definitely don't have the
taking,
same assurance.
yeah, you're taking a chance for sure.
It is more of a chance.
Like
Yeah.
100%, I agree. You know, it really comes down to the car you bought and how it was taken care of before it got in your hands. Oh man,
No,
that's
come here.
that's one of the worst things I think about growing up is car care. Oh my god, what a trap!
Dude, I was like pretty bad at it though. To be fair, like with my earlier cars, like dude, I never really cared. I would like check the oil, like, but it might be a long time. I would change the oil whenever I was like, oh, I got the money and I should. That doesn't always mean that it was like on the proper schedule. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely different. It was different. I've gotten a lot better for cars over time. That's for sure.
Same here.
Yeah, man. Like
Ow.
driving an older car that is now at a point where things are wearing out and falling apart. Holy hell, what a nightmare to stay on top of.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, it's like I need to go get my oil changed here soon too. And probably get my brakes done soon.
I'm grateful I could do a lot of that work, but man.
Well, I'm at the point now where I've gotten fucked so many times by not keeping receipts and shit because I'm an airhead that I just want to take it to the dealer and have them do it so everything is on record. So if anything happens, it's all covered under warranty.
Well,
yeah, like you don't have to compile anything. You're like, look, you guys fixed it.
You
have
fixed
the
it.
records.
You broke it. You know what I mean? You fucked up here. I'm not getting screwed out because I got screwed on my last car like that because like, and I come to find out like years later, now that I don't even have the car, there's like a fucking defect or some shit with like a class action suit or whatever. Like I don't even know if I'd end up being a part of it or whatever. But dude, I was so pissed.
It's craziness.
Cars, man. Cars can be so awesome and so bad at the same time.
That's why I'm so glad I don't have to drive far back and forth to work really anymore. It's like a good 15-minute trip. You know what I mean? Well, half hour there back, you know what I mean, together, but like 15 minutes there, 15 back. I'm honestly like still debating on getting an electric bike. Just for shits and gigs.
You should just like save up a little bit of money for that specifically, and then just be like, do I really want to? Not once you have
that's kind of that's the plan, dude. Like I'm not gonna like go out and buy one right this second, but like I'm just gonna kind of like shop around, put a little bit of money to the side, and then maybe when I've got a little chunk,
Well, yeah, dude, because when you're pulling the trigger, it's like. That's when shit gets real. So it'd be like good to have the money, but then you're like, do I really want to? It's like, yo, that's a lot. But it could end up working out so good for you just because of your proximity to work, and then you don't really live in a spot where it's like raining fucking 3-4 times a week.
Not only that, dude, but like I live in the fucking desert, bro. So like there's so much like roads and shit that I don't even need to take because I could just go through the fucking desert.
Yeah. Is that legal? I'm just asking. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, why not, dude? As long as I'm not going through anybody's property.
Yeah, it's just
and you would have your license. You would have your license, and it would be an insured and licensed like bike, right?
Well, if it's a bicycle, you don't need a license or anything.
Oh, bicycle.
No, yeah, an electric bicycle. I'm not like looking. If I was gonna get like a bike, I would just get an actual motorcycle.
Like a gasoline bike?
Yeah. But I'm just looking at like an electric bike, that's something that, some of them you can get that go up to like, 40, 50 miles an hour, really. But like, of course, I'm not going to be really going that fast. Who knows, I might, but just something to cruise around on, dude. you know? Or I can even go more like what Ashton's kind of got, you know what I mean? His is all crazy, dude. His is more like a dirt bike.
Yeah, he's an animal.
But his has pedals on it too.
I've even thought about it.
I think he says his goes up to like 80 or some shit.
No way. What? Dude,
Or I don't know about if
anything.
the one he has or the maybe you can get him to go up to that or something. But yeah, dude, they're pretty intense. I've been looking at some dude that are fucking gnarly, bro. Of course, they're pricey. They're like $4,000 or $5,000. At that point, I might as well just get a regular bike, like motorcycle, I guess I should say.
Dude, I bet you though, those ones that are like $4,000 or $5,000, I bet they're like so fast. It's
Dude,
crazy.
they probably got like torque as fuck, dude. Like just right off the fucking rip.
Well, a friend of mine
there.
was like driving a Tesla. I guess a friend of his has a Tesla. I don't know what model it is, but he drives. My friend drives like a pretty new WRX STI that looks like it's got a bunch of work done on it.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I were to guess, it's probably, I don't know, 300 plus wheel horsepower, right? So it's going to be a pretty quick car. Like it's probably going to be in the 12s or something, right? In a quarter mile. And he's like, I drove this Tesla. It is the fastest fucking car I've ever driven, like hands down.
Yeah, everybody
Like,
says that, dude.
Just, it's crazy.
Everybody says that, especially the Plaid. Like if it was the Plaid, dude, like he probably was shitting bricks, dude. Because like it's immediate. Like there's no buildup. It's just you step on the gas and it fucking goes.
I hope that it's like takes a good amount of pressure though. Otherwise, like, how are people driving those in traffic?
I mean, shit. I know.
Well, it's got all the other safeties and shit that I'm sure that are helping like guide the fucking throttle. You know what I mean? Like it senses
like
there's someone in front of you. I don't think it's
assist,
gonna.
yeah. All right.
I'm sure it's probably gonna. I'm sure you got to give it. You know what I mean? Like it, like foot towards the floor. But when you put it on the floor, it's just like woof. You know what I mean?
I know this. We've had several the Mach E's, the new Mustang, the electric Mustang.
Are those the
had them in the
SUV
shop.
ones?
I don't.
Did you
Or
just
like
see
a
the new
wagon?
Mustang they just dropped? That looks like
Dude.
the fucking supercar.
That the supercar Mustang is sick.
It's like the Mustang GT something. Fuck, what was it?
800
I saw the
horsepower. It's a beast.
Can you pull it up, Sean?
Yeah, but
Chris needs to see it because it looks nutty, dude.
I just needed to pull up the quick specs on that Mach E. It's fucking 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds.
I think the Plaid does it in like 2.
It's in. I mean, like electric cars are insane right now.
Is it called Plaid because it's really fast from Spaceballs?
Probably because
that's exactly why it is called that.
That is funny, I will say.
Hey, come on,
Although
it's Elon Musk, bro.
My feeling about Spaceballs.
Dude, it's the shit, dude.
Hold up. I just gotta pull up.
May the Schwartz be with you, man.
There it is. All right. Hit the share screen. Bang. Pow. Boom.
Dude, look at this thing, Chris. The GTD.
5.2 liter V8 engine.
Active aerodynamics.
Roughly a $300,000 car. But
yeah,
it's tail.
It's pretty much a track car that they made street legal.
This thing is pretty goddamn sick.
Does it say how much horsepower it has?
Says it's going to cost $300K.
Oh, I'm trying to scroll like it's on my screen.
I vaguely remember somewhere saying it was like 800.
You did say 800 horsepower earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 800.
Bang.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Supercharged 5.2 liter V8. 760
The modified
horsepower.
version of the Shelby GT 500.
Red lines at 7,500 RPMs. It's insane.
That is actually crazy.
Let her rip tater chip.
Like, that is
That thing
arguably-
probably sounds so mean, bro.
Dude, if I was like rich as fuck, I would maybe entertain the idea of buying that, but I would just park it somewhere in like a villa that I have, like in some like, you know, mountain range in Germany that I can drive on the Autobahn with it.
Please tell me we can hear it.
Like that's how rich I need to be to do something like that. But I would. I'd do the fuck out of that.
Another nice shot of that car. Oh man.
I mean, it's pretty crazy looking car, that's for sure.
No volume.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have the sound on.
Oh, you just wanted to see if you could hear it.
I don't even think I have it audio sharing on. I wanted to see if they ran the car at all. It doesn't look like they run the car at all.
Anywho,
Because that would have been dope. But yeah, that's
bring back the muscle car.
that thing's insane. It's exciting. Times are
I'm curious to see what Chevrolet's answer to that might be. I feel like that it's been a while since they've done something gnarly, or like something that's really stuck out to me.
I can't think of anything.
Are they supposed to be
honest.
bringing back the Chevelle? Did I read that somewhere?
I don't know. I've not read that personally.
I might be making this up, Shedheads, so don't quote me, but I think I read something.
You are not misremembering. There's a new 2024 Chevy Chevelle.
Ooh.
Really, what's it look like?
Let's
Does it look good?
let's pull this motherfucker up and see what we got.
Because if
Dude,
it's got like a
those
similar
Mach-E
body shape,
Mustangs-
dude.
Those Mach-E Mustangs are expensive.
And they're not that good looking either.
No, they're expensive.
I'm not a big fan of the Mach-E body shape. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but not a
What are they
fan.
trying to do? Make like a Tesla?
It's supposed to be like a sport.
Oh, it's very boxy.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't.
sure
Why
about
they got
this.
to do the rag top? Do they have one without the fucking?
Get that.
Oh, that looks like a concept.
That definitely looks like a concept to me.
Oh, there you go.
This is the reveal video.
I will say I do kind of like the front end.
I like the color of this one.
Oh, yeah, I like the color too. But I don't why the rag top's cool, I guess, because it's like kind of an ode, but the rear end.
I don't know.
I don't like the taillights. I don't like the taillights. They're too small.
I don't know about this.
I don't know. if I'm
Honestly, like
happy
I
about
don't
it.
know, but it's so bad that like I don't even know if it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about.
Look
all
at the
that.
taillights, bro.
Oh my god.
Wow, you have so much real estate back there.
Yeah.
Even just a bar. If they would have done just like like an LED bar of some sort.
Maybe they're just trying to keep it true to the original.
Yeah, but the original taillights didn't look that shitty, did they?
They might have. It's just everything else didn't look so round and smooth.
I love the old Chevelles, bro.
Let's take a look at the classic.
Well, yeah, I guess they kind of did, but they were within the bumper. I guess that's part of what it is too, is like there's no bumper on the new one. Oh, I guess they kept true. So I guess maybe I'm just hating at the moment.
I don't know, right? Like
the front end looks.
We have the new version right here, and then we got the classic.
The new one just looks way too boxy. Looks like a boat.
The new one just reminds me of a toy car.
It looks like a Hot Wheel.
You know what I mean? Like it
does kind of look like a Hot Wheel. Huh?
It feels proportioned like a toy car to me.
See, now you see that red one right there, the top. Oh no, right over on the right.
This one here.
Yeah, see that I like. It's a redesign. I like the way that looks more than the one.
I like that more than the convertible.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't mind it if it looked more like that.
I don't really like the massive pointy middle, though. Like, I'm not really a fan of that on the front.
Well, that's true to the Chevelle, though. It's always had that.
I want them to bring back the
quite as emphasized. That's all.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like a little bit more on the new one, but I don't know, like that, dude. But honestly, I'm a Nova guy. In all honesty,
you know what it is? Notice that there's a bit more of an angle to this front end when we compare it to.
Dude, they should just bring back the Nova.
How flat that feels.
Yeah, I actually can say officially, I don't like it.
Yeah, I think honestly the Mustang is kind of cooler.
I agree. I'm not a big Mustang guy, but I dig that new Mustang. That thing's sick. I wish I was, rich enough to have a GTD because I would. I would.
Dude, the worst part is like you don't have to just be, doing all right to get the car. You have to be doing all right to, upkeep and utilize that vehicle.
Oh, 100%.
Shit's going to be knocking on gas. Whenever shit breaks is going to be pricey. An oil change in itself is probably going to be 2-3 times the price of like whatever you be driving now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not to mention, your excise tax that you're going to pay is based on the value of the car, so that's going to be astronomical. Your insurance being based on the value is going to be astronomical. Like, and I know from experience when I was working at Jeep and people would get the Hellcats and shit like that, like that Brembo brake job is $1,000 per wheel.
Damn, dude.
So when you get a brake job on those cars, it's a $4,000 brake job.
Are they doing plate and rotor? Or just plates?
I
wish I could remember to say definitively, so I don't want to.
Well, dude, if it's a brake job, to me, that's like a new rotor, new caliper, and new pads. Like that's a full brake job. Yeah. Now, I'll bet you that costs more than $1,000. Sean's probably just talking about like probably new rotors and new fucking
plates.
That's probably.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like
pads. Why'd I say plates?
It's just insane. It's insane.
Fucking crazy. Oh, but they're huge though. I mean, the Brembo brakes on those are probably like 7 inches long, maybe even like 8 inches long. They're probably like 2.5 inches thick. Like they're fucking like.
Yeah, how often big, that and how often are you doing it too? Like unless you're like real heavy.
How hard you're driving it.
Yeah, it depends on how you drive it, I guess.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Like,
that's true.
A grandma,
That's true.
Well, maybe you could.
But then again, how often are you driving it though? You know what I mean? You may drive it all balls out when you drive it, but that's probably not a car you're driving.
Yeah, it can't be your number one car.
I would hope.
And if you are driving it, you're probably not driving it long distances. You're probably just fucking ripping it around town.
No. I remember working for another mechanic, and he was showing me the Mercedes brake job, and that thing, just to do pads, is ridiculously
Well,
expensive.
yeah, dude, anything foreign, dude, like any like, German vehicle or anything like that, dude, you pay way more, dude, because the way they engineer things is fucking gnarly.
Well,
And then you have to import all the fucking parts and shit a lot of the times to get them fucking.
the thing that made Mercedes so fantastic and expensive was that Mercedes has a brake pad sensor. And it's honestly the most ingenious piece of kit. I wish all car manufacturers used it.
That would be kind of cool. Just to be like, oh, hey, have a little light that pops up. Yo.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens. And basically,
Instead of waiting for the grind, you know what I mean, and fucking your rotors up.
It's this little dongle basically that snaps into the brake pad and then plugs into a cable at the brake system. And so when the outer layer finally wears off from your braking on the sensor, it exposes copper, and that creates an electrical contact that'll send the signal up to your ECU and say, "Hey, it's time for a brake job.
Yo, your shit's fucked up.
Time to do your brakes." And
it's like dude, I love
so
that.
Smart.
Like nowadays, most modern cars all have fucking PSI sensors in the tires.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, that's helped me out so many times from having a fucking blowout or fucking driving around on a flat or letting me know, like, yo, I need to get my shit
this
fixed.
one's at 15 pounds. Maybe don't take it on the highway.
Either that or just jumping in, and all of a sudden you got the little fucking alert symbol that pops up. It's like, yo, your tire's fucked up, homie. Check your shit out.
But listen, no shade to the people who don't know this, because I've learned that a lot of people apparently have no idea about this piece of information, but it's really important to inflate your tires to the correct PSI for your car. And that information is conveniently listed inside the door jamb of your car. Yep. And you need to reference that, not what your tire says. The max pressure is not what you're supposed to be filling your tire to.
That's just what it's,
I'm not throwing shade when I say this. I just want people to be safe and know this important, vital piece of information.
Nowadays, too, most cars, if they have the sensor in them, if you're filling up the tire, the little signal light will turn off once it hits the correct PSI. So if you just leave your door open with the key on as you're filling your tire, you can look at your dash, and eventually it'll just go boop, and it'll let you know you're good. Unless that's if you don't have a way to, have the little meter check or whatever.
If it's blinking, that also means that you have a faulty sensor inside one of your tires. You should go see, a proper tire shop and get that fixed.
And we've covered a lot of bases.
I know that like overinflating your tires, like you do get better fuel economy. Like that's 100% sure. But it wears your tires out like in a much different way and a lot quicker.
Yeah.
That's like the one downfall.
You'll develop bald spots on different fucking parts of the tire. Most of the
uneven
time.
wear inevitably leads to shaking wheels, which is very bad.
Dude, I actually did it. I did it for a while, like with this set of tires I got. So I got this like brand new set of like Chinese tires, just like random Chinese made tires. And I was like, I'm gonna use these for 2 summers. And the first summer, I'm gonna like run them. So like they should have been at 35, so I ran them at 42, and I ran them at 42 like the whole summer, and I like took down my kilometers, my fuel, like everything, my average on all the tanks, whatever, did all the information. Then the next summer, I ran them at what they suggested, which was 35. So I was only 7 pounds up, but I actually did save like over 100. It might have been almost like 100 fucking liters, but the one thing is that the summer before, I did a little bit more highway mileage, so like that kind of like changed my overall kind of fuel consumption. So, but yes, I saved like a good amount of money. But by the end of that second summer, like those tires were shot. Like probably 10,000 miles, they're basically done. They're cheap though. Like I got them installed for like probably $300 US.
Mm-hmm.
and they're like lower profile tires. So like they were really not that quality in the first place, but
you gotta do what you gotta do when you need to keep some sneakers on the whip.
Well, dude, good tires are such a big thing, man. I don't know. I think a lot of people like they take the tires for granted. Like having good tires, especially if you live in a location with 4 seasons, it's really key to have good tires, the proper tires, all that shit.
Mm-hmm. No, man, you're 100% right. I mean, it's the thing that is keeping your vehicle attached to the road.
Yeah.
Facts.
So, wow, you are 100% right, James. We really covered a lot of ground today. Fucking from the logos, recycling, car care, like that's a Shedtime podcast, my friends, and it is that time for us to bring it to a close. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us on this wild carpet ride. Uncle Chris, go ahead and bring us home.
Yeah, well, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. You guys are all legends to me for sure. Feel free to check us out Friday nights on Frames, Janklin Vapors YouTube channel. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. That's when it starts. You can come by, check it out. So it's a pretty similar vibe to here, but obviously there's a little bit of different topics. It's not everything can kind of be talked about on YouTube that we talk about here, I guess. So yeah, feel free to do that. Of course, go to shedtimepodcast.com. You can check out our Patreon. You can check out our sponsors. You can check out whatever you want on there. It's a nice, clean site. Sean killed it. And yeah, I think that's everything for me. So everybody be safe, have a good week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. Live your best life. Yo, I almost fucked that up. Live your best life.
Fail, bro.
James, go ahead.
As always, shout outs to all your Shedheads tuning in. Make sure you guys go check out the Patreon if you guys want to get the video aspect early. And of course, you can check out the YouTube channel for past episodes and, the such as there. Of course, you also get a Discord link if you join the Patreon where we, post, sometimes our stashes or let you guys know about things that might be coming up and just a way to kind of, tap in with this, on a more frequent basis. Other than that, of course, you can check us out on Friday, like Chris said, over on my YouTube channel for the Green Room. We do a lot of vape-oriented content over there. So if you're interested in that, come check us out there. Other than that, we'll be here in the shed doing what we always do. So I'm going to end it as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes, crisp high fives. Don't forget to tell someone you love them, and a little bag or dab will do ya. Sean.
Yes, my friends, it has been a fantastic voyage, and I'm so glad that you guys all joined us for it. Like these gentlemen said, be sure to check out the Green Room. There's a link over there at the Shedtime Podcast website, shedtimepodcast.com. Tell your friends, tell your family. 5-star reviews are always appreciated. And with all of that, I'm going to bring it to a close like I always do and remind you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick, and whatever it is that you do, be sure and have some fun, because it's the Shedtime Podcast, and it's time to roll on up and roll on out.
Dynavap, Dynavap, Dynavap. Looking to cut the cord on your dry herb vape? Dynavap. Trying to get the best taste from your herb? Dynavap. Ready to take your sesh to the next level? Then meet Dynavap, the best way to vape your flower or concentrate. Concentrates? That's right, your flower or hash can be vaped using Dynavap. Check out Dynavap.com to learn more. That's Dynavap.com. Lose the ash? Dynavap.
What's going on, Shedheads? It's your boy, Frames Janklin. Are you looking to step up your match game or have a raw copper, brass, or stainless mod or RDA that you're absolutely tired of polishing? Then you need to go and hit up my man Ashton of Palmer's Powders. He does some absolutely amazing powder coating work. He offers many different colors and finishes at an absolutely killer price. This man is taking powder coating to a whole new level, and he can make your setup an absolute masterpiece. You can go follow him over on Instagram at Palmer's Powders, and you can go check out pricing on his website, palmerspowders.com. That's palmerspowders.com. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.
I want you to think of your favorite rebuildable right now. Yeah. Okay. So you have a layer cake in your hand, and now you're about. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's not everyone's favorite. That's just mine. So think of your favorite rebuildable atomizer. Think about how good of a vape it produces for you. Now take that and amplify it. And the way that you amplify that is you put in some Breezestone coils. Breezestone coils are handcrafted in Adelaide, Australia. They're made from some of the finest quality wire that you can get. I believe it's wire Buddha. You take those coils, you take them out of that phenomenal packaging that clearly shows how much care that Adam puts on the quality of his coils and the insurance that you get them in good shape. You put them in that favorite RDA, and guess what? You have coils that now sing better than Celine Dion. Go check out Breezestone coils. You can find them on localvape.com and also steelvalleyvapors.com. Solid.
And take one last bong hit for good measure.
Do it.
Yeah.